Welcome to another episode, everyone. Kash Patel is exposed and humiliated for covering up for Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. Indeed, he is the most incompetent FBI director ever. The FBI with the least credentials ever. No way he should be the FBI director. We're going to expose this cover-up. Before he became FBI director, he was saying that he was going to expose the Epstein files and that the Epstein files needed to be released and etc. As soon as he became the FBI director and found out that Donald Trump was in the files thousands of times, he began to cover it up along with the rest of the administration. But we here at Reactionary Politics are going to uncover the cover-up.
I don't believe so, but I'll get back to you.
Thank you. That'd be important. I appreciate that. I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. Gentleman from Washington's recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Patel, before you joined the FBI, you had very strong opinions about what the FBI was hiding regarding Jeffrey Epstein. In a September 2023 interview with Glenn Beck, you said the Black Book is under the, quote, direct control of the director of the FBI. In December 2023, you said, let us know who the pedophiles are. Even for a short time after becoming FBI director, in February of 2025, you tweeted, quote, there will be no cover-ups, no missing documents, no stone left unturned. In June, you told Joe Rogan, quote, we've reviewed all the information, we're gonna give you every single thing we have and can. But then suddenly in July, everything changed. You and Attorney General Pam Bondi released one video and said that there was nothing more to see. Your July memo says you uncovered more than 300 gigabytes of data and physical evidence, but that you had decided no further disclosure would be appropriate or warranted. That is a quote. I think what happened, Mr. Patel, is that suddenly you discovered that Donald Trump's name was all over these files, and you started a giant cover-up. So you are under oath, Mr. Patel. You just testified to Mr. Swalwell that you did not speak to the president about the Epstein files. To your knowledge, did Attorney General Pam Bondi speak to the president about what was in the Epstein files?
I can't speak for Attorney General Pam Bondi.
So to your knowledge, you don't have any information. The question was, do you have any knowledge? Do you have any knowledge?
I can't speak.
You are refusing to answer the question. So let me tell you that the Wall Street Journal reported that in May, Bondi told Trump that he was in the Epstein files, and at the same meeting said that the DOJ did not plan to release the files. Yesterday, you testified to Senator Kennedy that there was, quote, no credible information that Epstein trafficked girls to anyone else, and that you have, quote, continuously and publicly asked the public to come forward with more information and we'll look into it. Today, in response to Mr. Massey's question, you appear to say that the survivors were not credible. These are survivors.
That's not at all what I said.
Okay, great. I'm going to ask you this in a second, but let me tell you about the survivors, and let's bring them up here into the room. These are women who came to the Hill and testified that they were groomed and raped at the age of 14 and 16 years old, and they called to meet with the president and to meet with the FBI and to have people investigate their claims. Some of them have never testified before. If you are so interested in getting the public to submit any information, why have you not met with them? You said you haven't met with them. Have you met with them? I'll give you one more chance.
My job as the FBI director is to invite all investigative leads. Is the answer yes or no to whether or not you met with these women who were sexually abused and raped? Any insinuation by you or any people on your side that I am not manhunting child predators and sex traffickers, just look at the stats. And you talk about cover-ups, man.
Mr. Chairman,
you talk about cover-ups.
And I will take as much time as I want.
Where were you during the Obama and Biden administrations when these so-called cover-ups were going on? Why didn't anyone in those administrations talk to any of these purported witnesses? I have
some regular order,
every single person to provide credible information.
Time belongs to the gentlelady from Washington.
And I'm going to take another couple of minutes.
When you accuse the witness of something, he's allowed to respond. That's how it works.
Listen, he didn't even, excuse me, Mr. Chairman, you have always been...
No, actually, he's not allowed to respond. She has a certain amount of time to get out her question. She's asking for a yes or no answer. on these questions because they don't have a lot of time, and it's her time. He's under oath. He's being questioned. Answer the question and then move on so that she can ask her next question. And then Jim Jordan there, the chairman, lets Kash Patel get it all out before he even intervenes. He needs to be removed as the chairman as well. All of these individuals are crooked. The game here, of course, is to be evasive in the filibuster the whole time, to never answer a question directly, to go back to the Obama administration, to harping back to the Biden administration every time. Pam Bondi does it. Donald Trump has instructed them what to do when they get here and testify under oath. To blame it all on Biden, blame it all on Obama, to avoid the questions, be evasive, don't answer anything, stand tough, stand tall, be aggressive, talk crazy. They talk crazy, you talk crazy back, the same things that Donald Trump does. He's advised them on what to do. They all do the same thing when they get to these hearings. They're all extremely evasive. They all filibuster, and they all go back to Obama or Biden. How come you care now, but you didn't care when Biden was in office? How come, or they go to their district. Your district, what about the murders in your district? We're asking you about the cover-up of the Jeffrey Epstein files and these children who were abused, and you can never answer the question. You always have to harpen back to something else that has nothing to do with this because they're covering it up. They're evasive. They're sick. They're diabolical. And daily, I'm losing the respect for the American people for allowing them to get away with this because the American people, such as former President Bill Clinton, authorized the crime bill, saying that they're so anti-crime. They want a clean country, a God-fearing country with clean, stand-up citizens. Any crime should then be rooted out and dealt with harshly, so much so that they implemented the 3 strikes law in California and said that people will go to prison for the rest of their lives committing a 3rd crime. And they held true to this. And the American people were in mass support of this crime bill. Bill Clinton, again, who authored the crime bill, is in the Epstein files. The same people who look at you and say that you're from the inner city, that you're a thug, you're no good, you're a gang member, you're the scum of the earth just because of the color of your skin. Welfare queens, they called black women. All of this stuff, they look at you and author a crime bill to lock you up in mass, to profit off of your incarceration and turmoil. These same individuals, these people right here in this House, in this Congress, who supported the crime bill, are all in the Epstein files. It was going on, it's been going on, this Epstein ring for decades. So when the crime bill was being authored, with them pointing their blood-soaked fingers and hand at you for being a criminal, saying that you're no good, and they will still say this about you. Even though they are in the Epstein files, killing babies, eating babies, abusing kids, girls, boys, 2 years old, 3 years old, 5 years old, 10 years old. Thousands of them for decades. These are the same. They're all in the files. This is why they're covering them up. They are all guilty of this. These same sick individuals will look at you and try to convince you that there's something wrong with you, that you are a criminal. And you're so indoctrinated and brainwashed that you'll believe it. Not me. I've always known how sick these people were. I've always known that these people were not better than me, that they were just sick, and that there's no help for them. None. The people who would cover up such grisly crimes are just as guilty as the people who committed the crime. And they're all covering it up. Sickening.
Fair, but this is not fair.
And you will get
this is my time, and he said that the witnesses were not credible.
Seconds of time.
I'm going to get an additional minute of time because that's how much time he took.
You won't get a minute. You'll get some seconds. What we think is under 5 minutes. You don't get to demand how much time you get. That's not how it works.
Mr. Patel, are the victims of the Jeffrey Epstein horrific trafficking ring, are they credible?
Any person with information about ongoing sexual trafficking.
I'm asking you if they're credible.
Ma'am, I'm commenting on the evidence we have.
But
we have routinely asked for people to come forward with more evidence, and we will look at it. And the evidence that we have was the same evidence that the Biden and Obama Justice Departments had. And they determined, not me, they determined that information was not credible.
Chairman, he's not letting me even ask my questions.
You ask the questions, he gives an answer. You may not like what he says, but that doesn't mean you get to interrupt
him. He's not answering my question.
Mr. Chairman, could we restore the gentlelady 45 seconds so she can complete her question?
We will give her additional 30 seconds, which is what I said earlier.
I'm going to keep taking my time. Because
you'll take the time that you get.
You are not answering the question. The question is,
you just don't like the answer.
Are these women credible? It's a yes or no answer.
I have answered the question.
Well, what is the answer?
I keep telling you, I'm the only FBI director that has welcomed new information in this case. This administration is the only one that has welcomed any new information in this case.
Is there a yes or no to
present new credible information? Present new information.
Are the victims credible or not?
I'll tell you what happened in the last Trump administration.
Are they credible or not? You can't even say.
Victims credibly came forward, and you know what happened? President Trump authorized the indictments of Jeffrey Epstein. Not Biden, not Obama.
President Trump called the entire thing a Democratic hoax. So I would like to ask
you. The gentlelady's time has expired. I gave her the additional 45 seconds she requested. The gentlelady yields back. The gentleman from New Jersey is recognized for his 5 minutes.
If you would meet with the women who were sexually abused and raped and groomed at the ages of 14 and 16 years old. Are you going to cover up? Are you going to continue to cover up for the rich and powerful men, including those that might be on this committee?
I can yell too, Mr. Chairman, but I don't want to yell above this.
The time belongs to the gentleman from New Jersey. I appreciate the gentlelady yielding back.
Are you going to allow them to testify, Mr. Patel?
Go ahead.
Will you allow them to testify to you, Mr. Patel?
Mr. Patel, thank you for being here. I know it's been an interesting.
The answer is no. Clearly. That's enough of that. They're full of it, and I don't have the temperament for this because these people are sick, and they are getting away with it, laughing in our faces at the abusing our children, and it's all in the files. Again, Germany and France has released the unredacted Epstein files, unredacted, all 6 million pages of them. Meanwhile, so you can go and check them out and see how gruesome these crimes are. I think some people just get it twisted that there was just a little abuse going on some little 14-year-old girls. That's not what happened here. This was one of the sickest things that the human race has ever seen. They were killing babies, eating babies. You need to go look at these files. They're all in these files. All of these rich and powerful, sick people. But the Epstein files are as American pie. This is just their way. They can't help it. I know many of you just don't understand that. It took me a while to get it. They're just sick. They can't be helped. I don't care what anyone says. I'm convinced. I don't care what you say. They're sick. Barbaric people. They're sick. All of them. Every single last one of them. I don't care what you say. Save it. They're sick in the head. What more evidence, what more proof do you need, man? My goodness. These MAGA maggots are sick in the head. There you have it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Kash Patel caught covering up for Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein and everyone else per normal. The Democrats cover it up too. They were involved too. They're all in the Epstein files too. As I said, Bill Clinton is in the Epstein files. Constantly. Said he wasn't never on his plane. Come to find out he flew on his plane 17 to 20 times. It's all in the files. The same man who's so anti-crime, who authorized an anti-crime bill that incarcerated millions of black people. Some of them still incarcerated over this crime bill. Led miserable lives. Well, they shouldn't have committed the crime. What about them? They committing crimes. The law is not universally applied. This is why I flout the law and I don't trust it and I don't respect the law, because the people that make the law don't even follow it. It only applies to a certain demographic, and that I can't respect. These individuals who look at you and call you a criminal and a thug and a lowlife are committing the worst crimes known to man behind the scenes. And when it's all coming out and it's being exposed that these crimes have been going on for decades by these same people, all of them. You see the videos and pictures of Trump with Epstein? These are from decades ago. Trump didn't have any gray hair. He was young. This has been going on for decades. And he's still the president of the United States of America. Hasn't been arrested. Nothing has happened. He's still the president. You the leader of the free world? You're the moral authority on everyone around. You invade every country in the world on some moral high ground, and your own president is guilty of murder and rape of children. You're all sick. Get out of my face, you sick people. Stay safe and stay free to the people who are unafraid to uncover this. And we're coming after these criminals.